Welcome back to Chris VV Journey, where I take you to a trip to VV and beyond. And this video again is not about VV, this is about the RECUR and what happened with the whole RECUR space in the last few weeks. They had 2 releases and how those are going and what I think of the project at this point. Yeah, I will let you know all about it in this video. So what is RECUR? RECUR basically started out as a, how would you say it? I think it was a direct competitor to VV, while they were using big IPs to promote as their place. Like it looked like it would be a marketplace, just like VV, with just a bunch of big IP collectibles. They always talked about experiences, but it did look like collectibles, right? We knew it was NFTs, and if you were into VV, it was like, okay, RECUR is like a new chance to be early as the early ones on VV that made a whole bunch of money. Like if you were one of the few people on VV that were there in the first 3 months, there was almost no way that you could make a loss, but there was like 100 ways that you can 100 times make the amount that you invested. That was like a golden time for VV, was when you were early, and we're almost at the same place in VV, I guess, right now, because prices are down, but some things are still out of reach, like a Todd Batman and the Superman and stuff, right? So RECUR seemed like a promise in the same direction, so a lot of VV people went over there, and yeah, I mean, we didn't switch. I didn't switch. I never thought it was a thing of being in VV or being on RECUR. It was more like, oh, great, there's another opportunity. Let's also put some funds there. So what the thing with RECUR was, there were a lot of big names attached, like someone who programmed the ETHEREUM blockchain. Gary Vaynerchuk was also involved. And there was this music artist. What was his name? I can't remember the name. Jason Derulo, right? That's the one. Jason Derulo. He's also invested in RECUR, like a big investor. And for whatever reason, that made a lot of people have faith in the project, which is puzzling to me. Why is it, like, let me know in the comments, why is a music artist interesting as an investor for such a project? I never thought that was a big thing, but a lot of people seem to see it like, oh, Jason Derulo is involved, that is great. And I'm not even dissing Jason Derulo, right? It's just, I just don't get it. I get why you think Gary Vaynerchuk is a big investor, because he's big in the NFT space. Then again, it's hard. Like, if he's directly invested, how would you know that everything he says is not geared towards that project, right? It's geared toward his own money. So that's interesting too. Yeah, well, that was the expectation, right? Everyone thought you would get an app where you could collect just like on VV. So the first thing RECUR did, after they got some big funding, like they got 50 million advance through angel investors, I guess, or something else like that. And then they made a mint where you could mint a pass. And this pass was supposed to bring a lifetime utility for the project, like early access, for example. And there should be even more. And the pass is, I can show you the pass, right? Let's get into it. So this is RECUR's website. Here's some of the brands they already announced, but I want to show you guys the actual pass. And the pass, here it is. So I hope the website is now working better. I have a new browser. It's not working better. So this is what the passes look like. The mint is determining the color of the circle, right? So that's where they make, like, it's supposed to be a piece of art, a piece of utility. It's interesting. It's I guess, a little neat. I don't see this like a big artistic achievement. It's just colors generated through code. It's nice. I mean, they are nice to look at. It's pretty cool design. Not saying it's not nice, but yeah, I think art has to be a little bit more, has to be a little bit deeper, and that's something I never saw in this pass. But I got a pass. They were 300 bucks. You could buy them when they were minting for 24 hours. There was, yeah, like an unlimited supply. Overall, there were almost 70,000 passes minted. I guess 64,000 roughly. But there's around 70,000 passes out there. And a lot of people bought a lot of passes. Like there's people that have 100 passes, which is crazy. Like that's a crazy amount. And there's also a marketplace for these passes. We can look at the floor right now. So they were $300 at mint. You could buy with credit card, so you didn't need crypto, which is something that is pretty great on RECUR. Like you can buy with credit card or fiat money. That's an easy entrance. So, and we have it loading. I don't know. It's something with my computer while I do these videos. Like this wasn't happening when my computer was slower. So that is weird. That is weird as hell. So $245 is the price of the RECUR pass. And this is less than you had to pay for minting it. And this is because of some not so great projects and news that is currently going on. I don't think it's a big problem. I don't think these floor prices will stay for too long. I think that I do have quite faith in this project. But there was some stuff happening right now at the start that made people lose faith in the project. So, but we can see 7.41 million were the trading volume. So that is not nothing, I guess. So let's see. All right. So now we can at least see the passes, some of the passes. Okay. So that's what they look like in the marketplace. And the passes, they have various tags, and the digit sum is interesting, and sequences. Like there is things that make some of the passes way more rare than others. And there is announced there will be a future utility depending on the rarity of the pass and the different attributes. There is even one already with the NFTU marketplace. So the NFTU marketplace was the first real project, because this was just a mint to get the pass, but the real project was NFTU. NFTU is college basketball. And what you do basically, if you go in the marketplace, and if we're lucky, we can even load some images or animations. So you open packs in here. It's like opening packs of cards, and then you get different players. It's presented really, really well. Like you can see here, it's presented with the video and sound. I'm not playing the sound, you know, copyright strikes on YouTube are not funny at all. So I'm not playing the sound. But you have this, you have stats and attributes. So those are interesting as well. This one is $78 in the marketplace, and he is a rare, if I was looking at it correctly, right? So does it say anything here? Yeah, it's a rare. So that was the first project where you could have been buying packs, and you get players or you get flashbacks. Flashbacks are little video sequences of those players. And this was interesting. So you had different packs. You had a common pack that was going for $10. Then you had premium packs for $25. You had the rare packs for $125 and the ultra rare packs that were going for $500. So there's a big range in your investment. Now the thing is, of course, only the $500 packs have the ultra rare cards. Only the $125 packs have the rare cards. So basically, if you just take the $10 pack, you can only get the commons. And there was always a lot of talk about, in RECUR, it's an experience. And there was always a gamification factor that was talked about or hinted at. And the thing with NFTU is, there are challenges, and with these challenges you can get more rare NFTs. But these challenges are not challenging in the way like you need to do something smart or you have to play or whatever. It's basically, they will tell you what you need and you need to buy all the stuff, like a lot of stuff. They will say like, okay, you need a layup play type, and then you will need like 10 of those, and you buy 10 of those, and I guess they will get burned or whatever. Like they didn't happen yet, but this was the stuff that was announced. And yeah, that is basically going to be it. Buy NFTs to get even more NFTs at the end of the day, which I found was a little bit, wasn't the greatest idea, but that was me personally. I also saw a lot of people that actually liked it, and they already invested a lot of it, of money because of that. Now, something that wasn't too great with the marketplace is when you look at the prices, and let's check for the rarity, right? So let's check for the ultra rares, and we go price high to low, right? So J Morant is the most expensive ultra rare right now with $889 floor price. Now the pack was $500, so this is a plus, right? This is a big plus. That is awesome. And he even had a price point of 2K already. He's really gone down to 889. And then we have Klay Thompson, $725. But that's it. After that, all the other ultra rares are below, and sometimes way below the $500 you were paying for the pack. Now, granted, you also had in the pack some others. You have commons in the pack, and you have premiums in the pack. I think there weren't rares in the ultra rare packs, or there were no premiums. I don't know, one of those were missing. The thing is, even if you bought a rare pack, you were already losing money. Like, I bought commons, premiums, and rare packs, and I lost money on all of them. I only opened half the packs, and that's the reason for it being, it didn't make any sense. Like, if we take the rares, just the rares, and then we go high to low price, and you can see the most expensive one is 210. That's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then you got Paul Pierce 150, Klay Thompson 140, Trey Burke 139. So these prices were going up. Okay, so most of them are fine, I guess. The one I have is not even on this page, so we have to reload. I got, where is he? So yeah, that's not great, right? Oh yeah, so my one is the last one even. Okay, so that was new to me that I got the cheapest one. Yeah, my rare was $27.98. That means I paid $125 for the pack. I got this rare, and all the other cards in there is like maybe $10. So I got a pack for $125, and current floor price is about $40. That is not great, right? The rare ones were the last ones I bought. I didn't buy any ultra rare packs because at this point it was pretty clear that if you're buying packs, you're losing money. I even was lucky the first drop, because they're dropping in weeks. Like, you had week 1, there were a few drops, week 2, a few drops, and if you had a pass, you could already buy 24 hours early. That was pretty dope, I guess. So, and the first one was just common and oh no, I missed it. Okay, the first one was just the common and the, man, what's the name? The premium. So that's right. Common and premium was the first packs you could buy. So I was lucky. I had one of the most rare premiums, and when it was high, it was pretty great in price, but that didn't hold up very long. So it was at some point, now he's not even here anymore. Like, they really changed Drew Timmy. So that was the one I got, and he was really the second rarest one at some point. Not the second rarest one, but the second most expensive one. And at that point he was like $70, and now he's $7. So the pack was 25 bucks and now he's 7 bucks. And you can even see I got him in here. View all available because I got a low mint. So let's go for the serial numbers. And here's my one. I got mint 52 and I put him in there for $2,000 because coming from Vivi, I thought the mint was important, right? I thought 52 was like, yes. And he was even, a lot of people wanted to have him. So that was great. So I listed him for 2,000 and he's basically worth 8 bucks. Like people don't even pay for the mints here. They don't really care for the mints. There were a few. Some people were actually able to sell an interesting mint to a good price. Like mint 0, for example. I actually know a guy who had 2. He got 2 packs with the mint 0 one. So that was dope. He was really lucky, I guess. So that's kind of tough, right? So you're just losing money no matter what if you buy packs. Now, this was supposed to go on for 8 weeks, but RECUR basically stopped in the mid of the week. They called it halftime, so now they're taking a break. And I guess they're looking at community feedback, and I think they want to change something, which I think is dope. That's one of the best news when it's about RECUR. They actually took a break and they're thinking about changing something, which is necessary. I mean, let's be honest. This is the first project they brought to us. The passes, they are not an actual project. They were just like something you buy to get early access, which they do give. They give early access, but sometimes I feel like there wasn't a plan already laid out. I think like they were going with it. They were doing the passes and were thinking about utility later on. That's just what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I feel like, right? So the next thing they did after all of this was Star Trek. So that was Paramount.xyz. Oh, I misphrased. Okay, that's on me. So Paramount XYZ Star Trek Continuum, that was the next project. And I tell you right now, this was the project while I was into RECUR. I'm a big Star Trek fan, and that was the thing I was looking for. That was most important and dear to me. And they messed it up. Right? So now you could see on the RECUR website, these are the stuff that they are going to bring, right? NFTU, we have that. Star Trek Continuum, it started now, but they have Paramount stuff going on. Nickelodeon, Hello Kitty and Friends was supposed to be the first drop, but they stopped using that as a first drop because they wanted to bring in more characters. So that's where they switched up. They switched from Hello Kitty to NFTU and now Star Trek. They will bring us Care Bears. So they have a lot in store already. So it's not like this is over or anything. So Paramount XYZ, so they have Nickelodeon and their own streaming service. Now what you see here is you can choose an experience, like you can choose Star Trek, that's going to be the NFT experience. And then you're supposed to build your collection, which basically means buy NFTs. And then you can earn tickets. Now this is where I was suspicious. Because Star Trek, they weren't talking about challenges anymore. When it was about Star Trek, they were talking about missions. So that was, they hinted fairly big into gamification. And I mean, that was the thing, that was something I thought that didn't resonate well with me. They were really hinting at a type of gamification. Now, if you look at the images, if you look at this image, this looks like a 3D game, right? That would be like, if you're not in the NFT space, which is where they made a lot of advertisement because they were at the Star Trek show in Chicago, one of the first big Star Trek conventions again. And I guess for this year might be the biggest Star Trek convention in the States. So they were there, Star Trek Chicago, and they were announcing this project. And they had someone from Paramount there, Paramount Gaming Division, And they talked about she was involved in Star Trek Resurgence, the new Star Trek video game. And she's involved in, I guess, Star Trek Online. Also very, very good Star Trek game. Not the best game, like it has a lot of flaws, but it's a successful Star Trek game that is running for 12 years already. They just had their 12th anniversary. And these are games on PC and console, so like real big games. Not mobile games or anything. And even mobile games have a 3D environment sometimes, so that's interesting. So if you're not from the NFT space and you don't know nothing about it, if you were listening at their event, at the Star Trek show, you would think this is kind of a game, because they were talking about, yeah, you need your ship and then you get your characters and then you go on a mission. So the way they worded it, it was hinting hard on a game. And it's still supposed, in like the way they phrase it, it's like a game, right? You go on missions. So, but let's check that out, right? That's what I didn't like about it. So this is the roadmap. So you collect your ship in Season 0. That's what we already had. We will talk about that in a minute. So Season 1 that is going to come is where you collect characters from the Star Trek universe and you put together a crew. Season 2, you complete missions and earn more rare NFTs. And missions are challenges that when completed allow you to earn super rare NFTs. And Season 3 to boldly go collect new planets, new characters, new species and more from Star Trek. So I guess the main word here is challenges. So basically they use the same formula that they were using for NFTU. And then they thought, hey, let's just rephrase it. It's no longer a challenge, it's a mission. And instead of collecting, you know, LA oops in the attributes from the characters from the basketball packs, now you collect the characters that have special attributes. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's not gaming. You don't have any type of gamification or anything. It's just collect these NFTs, buy the NFTs they say you have to buy, then you get another NFT. And they even say, I mean, they say it's kind of play to earn, which is, I mean, come on, I don't know. If you think I'm wrong here, just let me know in the comments, right? But in my opinion, that is not gamification, and it's by far, it's not play to earn. You're not actually playing a game. You're just buying stuff and you get rewarded something else because you bought stuff. So first of all, like a game, in my opinion, is I buy something. That's a fine, right? Okay, I buy something. But then I can play with it. I can actually play with it. If the buying is supposed to be the game, that's not a game for me. I mean, I can understand there's rich people that made it like it's a game to buy stuff. Okay, fine for these people. But for me, a game is different. For me, a game, like a video game, I buy a video game, I pay the $60, the $100, $250, I don't care. I pay that, but then I have weeks and months I can play this game. This is not a game. I can't play that. I can't play when I want to. It's just, here's a challenge. Now you can play by buying stuff and then we give you something else. Like that is no gamification. And the worst of it is, if you were in the Discord, and I'm not fighting the project, okay? I think there's a lot of good with RECUR and I have faith that they will get over it. But just to be blunt, they were in the Discord, people were coming into the Discord, a lot of people were coming into the Discord. They were asking about the starships, how does it work? They were really interested in it, how it's all going to work out. And no one told them the actual truth. That was something I didn't get with this thing. So, okay, you can't actually see the buy place anymore. That's bad. So, the thing was, when you were buying this, you had two packs, right? Both packs were $250 for one ship. You get a pack, you get a random ship, and the price was $250, which was a real bad price. Because if you play Star Trek Online, the 3D video game, you could pay $250 on console to get a lifetime membership where you get a lot of benefits, ships, credits, whatever. A lot of the stuff is part of the lifetime membership. So it's the same price point. And because of the same price point, people would naturally compare these two things. So they came in, they were asking about the game engine. They were asking about what's going on, how does it work? And nobody actually told them, hey, it's not going to be a 3D game. And it is not. If it was, they would have already announced it, because it takes a long time to create these games. They would know it. At this point, I don't think there's even a 3D game planned. And if they are planning for it, I don't think there were any steps made to make it work. Oh, here's the packs actually. Yes, you can still see the packs. Okay, right. So here's the Admiral pack. It has the Constitution or the Constitution refit. So that's the ships from the original Star Trek show and from the first Star Trek movies. These both ships were in the Admiral packs. You would get either one of those. And the Admiral pack was solely for pass holders. So you needed to have this $300 pass to actually buy these, right? And these were 5,000 5,000 packages, and they were sold out within a few minutes. Then they had the Captain packs. The Captain packs were open for everyone. They had a window of 24 hours where you could buy those. So you had a 5.55% chance of getting a Constitution and a 5.55% chance of getting a Constitution refit. That's the ships that were in the Admiral pack, like the ships most people would want. And then you had also different ships in here where you had a higher chance of getting those, and that were the Soyuz class, the Class 3 carrier, the Miranda class, and the Oberth class. So those are canon ships from Star Trek, more or less. And you had a chance to grab one of those also in the Captain pack. The thing is, the Captain pack, there were 15,000 packs, and they sold just 3,381. They didn't even sell 33%. Not even a third. Right? And this is, I'll be blunt, this is not good. NFTU, they made this pause, they took a break because they didn't sell out their packs anymore. And now they couldn't sell this. This is the initial sale. So one of the problems, of course, is the price point, $250. First of all, way overpriced. Like, it's too much money, right? It's too much money. You're not getting a three-dimensional chip, by the way. It's not like in VV where you get a 3D thing that you can, you know, rotate, do AR pictures with or anything. You just get a JPEG. That's what you get, right? Not even a JPEG. You get the NFT contract to a JPEG. You know how NFTs work. So this is what they look like. And this is the cheapest in the market right now, 190. So again, you're selling for a loss here. So these ships are made of attributes. They have different attributes. They all are supposed to look different. That's depending on where are the engines sitting, how long is the neck. And even that is something where I realized they are not all different. They say this is all one-on-one ships, but at the end of the day, the only thing that makes them one out of one ship is the registry here. The registry, and even then, it's just the numbers, because all ships of this class have the STCB, so it's just the number. There's a lot of ships that look otherwise exactly the same, and quite a few have even the same background. So that's all pieces that can be changed, but it's not really like they are all really different. It's more or less just the number on it that is printed on it. So you can move these ships, you can fly these ships. There's no real gamification. And I know the argument. The argument is always, yes, but they could do gamification, right? They could create an entire video game about it. But that is something that you could literally say to any NFT project ever. That is, in my opinion, this is nothing you can take as an argument. Like, no. That's just, you can't. Because that is the thing that would always work, right? That's why I can't take it serious. So, quite a few bunch of people made a lot of money with these because they had more rare ships, because there were some quite rare attributes, which I think would work really well when the missions come, I think you will need these extra attributes on these ships to make these missions challenges work, to get the more rare NFTs. So I think that there is some worth in that. But if you were paying 250 and you got a ship like this, which is not very rare, it even has a bonus upgrade, so that's not even too bad. Some of them don't even have the bonus upgrade, and I think these are really important. But now this is here for 190 and people are not even buying. And this is one of the most wanted ship classes, right? This is the Constitution Refit, the movie Enterprise class. So I don't know. That it hurts me in my core, but they messed this up. They really messed up this drop. There's no way of saying it any nicer. And this is because it was way too expensive. It was marketed not well. Like the Star Trek community themselves, they weren't really into it because it was NFTs. So the way would have been to actually teach the people what is fine about these NFTs, why they are not as bad as like Bitcoin, for example, for the environment. Let's talk about it. So that was missed. It was hinted at some gamification and possible gaming extras that weren't true at all, or that are not really part of the project yet. Yeah, that was just, I don't know, man. There was a lot of things made bad here. Something else I wanted to show you in the wake of all of this, and that's the main reason why the passes are below their retail price are at this point, is, let me just switch the window right here. Where is it? So just real quick. There it is. There it is. All right. So this is the Twitter page of RECUR, right? So they made quite some efforts to promote this project. They had this super dope booth. They even had Captain Kirk doing a video for it. So that was also great. Now they're sharing all these images. So they did quite well in promoting the project. They just didn't communicate it in a way to get the Star Trek people hooked on the project. And these false expectations that was just wrong, in my opinion. That's where they really missed the mark. And yeah, like here's the video. You can see, like, if you look at this, these are moving starships. And this is not happening. This is not happening. Not at least for a few years. So, and why should it at all happen now, right? And this is the main reason. So this is Trevor George. This is one of the two CEOs of the project. And it was saying in his Twitter account, it was saying CEO of RECUR. And now this is gone. This is away for a few days now. And we didn't get any info on that. So it seems like he left the project and it's not being communicated. So the good thing is RECUR announced that they will have community AMAs back. So, and this is going to be a weekly thing. At least that's what they announced. So we will have weekly community updates from RECUR. I hope that in the next community update, they will clear up why Trevor is no longer the CEO of the company, or why it's at least no longer part of his Twitter bio. So that would be really important. If they don't talk about it, I don't know, that wouldn't be great, right? That wouldn't be a great thing. So let's hope they talk about it. Like it's not the best look if the CEO is jumping ship, but there's another CEO left. And we don't know. It could be personal things that he had to leave the company and that it's no problem at all. Maybe they wanted to change things up because it wasn't working too great from the start. And I mean, it's fairly new thing, right? It's not bad that a company readjusts its course. It's actually a good thing. But I always felt like they were attacking at the fronts where Vivi were going short on. Like Vivi had problems with MTL. People are waiting forever for MTL and it's still not happening. RECUR had MTL right from the start. Vivi is only on an app. They don't have a web platform yet. RECUR was quite different. They didn't have an app, but they have the web platform. And delivery on RECUR was great. Like it's really easy to buy when you have a credit card. You could buy with crypto also. And it's really an experience to see the videos when you open packs or whatever, right? So that's where they were really great. But aside from that, I think Vivi had their roadmap worked out way better. And with the NFTs, I mean, the first Vivi NFTs, they didn't sell out either, right? You could buy their stuff for weeks. And that's not the big problem here. But it's quite different when you go in a marketplace and say, okay, it doesn't make sense to buy any packs because I can get literally almost everything cheaper in the marketplace. That's a problem, I guess. And we'll have to see how RECUR will develop in the future. I still have my pass. I still have my NFTU stuff. I would have loved to be part of the Star Trek franchise. I really looked forward to that. And that's why I'm, like, personally, I'm disappointed in the Star Trek project. That was my main project. All the other stuff they are now have left. The Nickelodeon stuff, that's really not my thing. I'm really into Star Trek. You can't see it here too good, but there's like, oh, let me go away. Like all this stuff here is Star Trek stuff, right? Those are all Star Trek ships. There's a big space station. There's a Borg cube where I'm sitting right now. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that were interesting for me to see, and I wanted to participate, but I didn't even buy a pack. To be honest, I almost FOMO'd into buying a pack, but my PayPal was acting up and I couldn't buy a pack. So now I think right now there's a good chance to buy a chip for cheap, but I don't think if it's worth it, right? I already have the Vivi NFTs. That's like my favorite chips, the Borg chip and the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class starship. So that's even my most favorite designs, and those are 3D models I can use in AR, and I don't feel like threatened that I need to pay more to stay relevant. So yeah, I guess that's what I think about it. This video is going way too long, but I just want to give you an insight what is happening in RECUR, what are my experience. I mean, I could be wrong with a lot of things, right? I'm not saying this is what it is. You have to be, you need to have my opinion on this. This is just an opinion of a user of RECUR who is invested, and yeah, what it all looks like to me at this point. But it's going to be really interesting to see how this develops further when we have the community AMA, what we get out on info. So there's a lot of stuff coming. Looking forward to that. As always, thank you for watching. I'm happy to be back, and I'm thankful for everyone who's actually taking time out of his day to watch this. And yeah, you know what's going on. Hopefully I can participate a little bit more. We'll see in the future. I'll keep you updated with videos now and then. Like I said, this is not going to be a daily thing anymore. I won't be able to do daily videos, but I guess at least once a week or maybe a few times a week I will do some updates on my journey. So thanks. Hope you have a lot of luck with your stuff. Are you in the Star Trek NFT world? Are you actually in RECUR? Do you have a ship? Let me know in the comments. I'm really interested to hear your stories about it. Bye bye.